I want you to set up the format of the equation. Now, if you get confused about the format, you can flip to the second part of the test where the equation's already written for you, and that will be a reminder to you what the format is. The only one that won't work for it is the circle, because I don't give you the circle in standard form. But they're the easiest ones. Don't you know that this is what a circle looks like? And in here is an X and in here is a Y? That's when you do all your completing the square, that's your goal. So they're telling you, oh my gosh, they're giving you the center. Okay, the center is at -4, 2. So what does that tell you? X plus 4, Y minus 2 equals what? 36. This is R squared in the equation. That's R squared. They do not get any easier than that, right? That is pretty easy. Now the next one's a little bit tougher. You're doing the same thing, so you're going to come up with the same type of equation. But this time, all you know is that you have 2 -6 and 4, 6 are the endpoints of a diameter. So you got a circle that looks like this. This was 2 -6. Now, what do we need to figure out from this information? First of all, does everybody remember what a diameter is? Okay, and the diameter is going to go right through the center, right? So the center will be the midpoint of these, the average. So one of your x's is 4, one of your x's is 2. What is the average of 4 and 2? 3. How do you average things? Add them up, divide by 2. All right, so one of your y's is at 6, one of your y's is at -6. 0. The average is 0. That point is your center. You're going to have the endpoints of a diameter. You're going to have to be able to find the center. And the center is just going to be the midpoint. So, x minus 3, y minus 0. Averaged. Add the x's, divide by 2. Add the y's, divide by 2. That's how we do midpoint. Add the x's, divide by 2. Add the y's, divide by 2. Now, what's my radius? No idea. What am I going to have to do? Wouldn't this distance right here be the radius? How do I find distance?
x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared underneath the radius.
Exactly. We're using our handy-dandy distance formula, which is, as Joseph and Deshani said, x minus x, so 4 minus 3, and y minus y, right? Yep. So that's going to work out to be what? What's 4 minus 3? Squared, 1. 6 minus 0, squared. So your radius is the square root of 37. So what number do you put in your equation? 37. Remember, it's r squared. It's the radius squared. All right, some of you might need to go back and review some basic stuff here if that's troubling you. To write the equation of a circle, you need to have the center and you need to have the radius. And one test question is going to give you that. Easy. The other test question, you have to figure it out. How did we figure out the center again? Average is the midpoint. How did we figure out the radius? Distance formula? Right, Samantha?
Wait, could you have done the distance between the point 2, -6 and 3, 0? Or did you just pick one randomly?
I just picked one randomly.
Okay.
So I could do this distance. I certainly could do this distance also. What I probably don't want to do is this distance, because that won't be a radius, that would be the whole diameter.
Okay, so
I
like, in the distance formula, you could have used the 2
Absolutely.
negatives. Okay.
Absolutely, would give me the same
Take your
answer.
diameter and divide by 2.
You could find your diameter and divide by 2, but I guess I wonder why I would do that when I could just as easily do my radius. But you could do your diameter and divide by 2. Absolutely, you could. All right, we ready for the next one? The next one says, we want an ellipse. This is practice test 1, letter C. We want an ellipse. Now, if you forget what an ellipse looks like, go back and look at one of the equations I give you on another page. An ellipse is your x squared over something plus your y squared over something equals 1. That's your ellipse. So you need to look at what they give you. They give you the center is 4, -1. Stop right there. Does that help you at all?
Yeah.
Knowing the center is at 4, -1?
It's minus.
So x minus 4, y plus 1. You got half credit. Haven't done any work. The major axis has a length of 16, and the minor axis has a length of 4, and it is stretched vertically. Now, stretched vertically means that the ellipse is like this, right? So when it says the major axis is 16, that would be this one. How does that help me to know that that's 16?
8 up and down.
8 up and down. All right, now wait a minute. If I'm going 8 up and down, there's a 64 under y. Is that right? And the minor axis has a length of 4. Now be careful. That means I'm going, the total distance is 4, which means I'm going back and forth 2, which means this number is a 4. You went back and forth 2. Try to stay awake, Robbie. Let's struggle through one more. Okay?
One left.
We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do 1D. We'll go to lunch. Okay? I bet Robbie will fall asleep during lunch. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do another ellipse.
Sounds so bad.
All right? We have another ellipse. So my equation, I have an x squared over something plus a y squared over something equal to 1. You have got to start with that format so you know what numbers you need to fill in, how, where, and why, okay? Now, what did they tell me about this one? They said that I have endpoints of my major axis are at 110. So it's clear up here at 110. And 1, -4. That's my major axis. And my minor axis is at -2, 3 and 4, 3. So here's my ellipse. Oh my, I didn't do a very good job, but you get the idea. There it is. Now what can I figure out from that? That's all the information they gave me, that's it. What can I figure out from that?
Major, minor.
Can I figure out what my center is? Any ideas what the center might be? 1, 3. X is 1. Y is 3. This is the midpoint. So it's the average. What's the average of 10 and negative 4? Well, 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So this is the point 1, 3. Now, the test is going to be on graph paper. So if you draw that, you're going to have what you need. But keep in mind, the center is the midpoint of both axes.
X minus 1 and then Y minus 3.
So it'll be X minus 1, Y minus 3. Very, very good. Now I need my denominators. How am I going to get those?
Distance. Right.
If this is I could use the distance formula. I could also just count. If this is my center, how far up and down did I go? I'm at 1, 3. I'm going up to 110.
7.
I went up 7. Now if I'm going up 7, that means
49.
49 under Y.
So we don't count the long also? How far
Well,
you go?
you went up 7 and you went down 7. You're going to go the same distance both ways, so it doesn't matter which
No,
one.
I'm saying like you would add them together.
If you wanted the length of the axis, but that's not what I'm doing this time. But yes, I would do that if I wanted the length of the axis. All I'm trying to do now, Deshani, is figure out my number under my Y. Okay. So now I need my number under my X.
3.
So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going back and forth
3.
3, which means the number is a 9. Right? Okay. This view. Turn it off.